High School. My name's Catherine Eager, and you're watching Cutlass TV News. Rehearsals for She Kills Monsters, the theater's winter play, have begun, and students are preparing for the play's premiere date on February 4th. With more about their preparation, here's Tyler Fulton and Mason Fulton.
Senior Ashlyn Kelly tells us what the play is about and what we can expect from the show.
Well, the play has a lot of fighting in it. Like, we have a fight choreographer who's coming in actually, and he's teaching us how to fight and all these other things that are really cool. Even as stage manager, like, I'm learning how to fight, and yeah, it's really cool. Expect awesome lights and projection, because now we have Mr. Ogle helping us, and he knows a lot about that. Yeah. The show is about this girl going into this D&D world, Dungeons and Dragons, and she's following this story with her sister who recently died, and it's just really cool, and it's her figuring out and finding out about her sister, and it's very heartwarming, and it's also really, really cool because there's a lot of fighting, and there's monsters, and it's just really cool.
Senior Jessica Frank tells us about the show and the technical side of the production.
Well, She Kills Monsters is about this girl named Agnes who, her sister Tilly dies in a car accident, and then they find out that, like, a year later, she finds this notebook in her locker, and it's like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And so she brings it to this guy named Chuck and decides she wants to play it. And so the whole story is about her getting to play her sister's Dungeons and Dragons game and discovering that she can kill monsters. And it's like on a thematic level, it's about friendship, it's about grief, and most of all, it's about self-discovering. And so an interesting thing about She Kills Monsters is that it's really heavy with technical elements. So we've got a lot of really, really cool lights with some like intelligence lighting. And I know you guys probably don't know what that is, but it's super epic. And then for like props and costumes, it's in the world of Dungeons and Dragons for a lot of it. So we get to experiment with like making weapons and everything like that. And that's super awesome. And our set for this show is ginormous. Like it's huge. And so I'm really excited because I'm the set designer for it. And so I'm really excited to be able to like mold the real world with the Dungeons and Dragons world for it. And so I'm very, very excited about the technical elements for this show.
For Mason Fulton, I'm Tyler Fulton with Cutlass TV News.
During the week of December 1st through the 4th, Student Council organized a canned food drive to help stock the Pirate Pantry. The freshman class won the drive by collecting the most cans of all 4 classes. Overall, this food drive collected 665 canned foods that will be distributed through the coming weeks. On Wednesday, BHS students participated in a practice snow day, or what will now be called Alternative Methods of Instruction Days. For more what these school days will entail, Brittany Jackson and Brooke Sherman have the story.
Superintendent Dr. Underwood describes the decision-making process when it comes to snow days and also how AMI days will be implemented.
The first thing that I think about are 16-year-old drivers and their safety. I think about our young students standing at bus pickup. I think about, parents, staff, teachers traveling from all across the metro. So probably the 3 first things that I think about when it comes to having a snow day is just the safety of everyone. And the Department of Education had put forth the thought of AMI, which is Alternative Method of Instruction, prior to COVID. coming, and changing everything March of last year. So this had been in the works for about a year and a half. And so they want to give school districts the opportunity as more and more have technology and ways to reach students than they had in the past. We know that a lot of people like their summer breaks. They like to have a set schedule when it comes to summer school. And so having to tack on 5, 10 plus days each school year would throw that into a flux. So the 5 days that we can utilize, and we don't have to, I'll say that we do not have to use AMI days, but we are looking at that as an opportunity because our last day of school right now is planned for May 27th, I believe. And so if we had to tack on many days, we're going to be into June. And so would prefer to stay away from that if at all possible. Well, I hope that everybody understands why we're doing this day. Some may wonder why you do a practice day. And I would say this, we've never done it before. And so the first time I do something, I would sure like to be able to practice before I'm held accountable for what it is. So I think it's a great opportunity for us. I didn't plan for it to be 65 and sunny outside today in December, but that's, I'm sure, nice for some of our students and staff as well, that people could be out and be in a more relaxed setting instead of having to get ready and travel in to work or school. So that being said, I think that, next year when we have AMI days, we're not going to need a practice day, so to speak, because most everybody will be well versed in it. But this, once again, here it is, 2020. It's the first time we've ever done it. I've been in the school business for 25 plus years. I've never had this opportunity before. And so what a better way to be successful for those 5 days than to do practice.
Sophomore Sam Lewis describes her favorite parts of snow days and why she thinks AMI days will be beneficial.
I usually look forward to getting to hang out at home and not having to do any work at all. I mean, sometimes I do some homework, but other than that, I just do nothing all day. They're going to be a good thing because then kids can work on work and catch up on stuff, and still be at home and be comfortable, but be able to still continue to do work so that they don't miss out on curriculum that day. I think it's definitely better that we don't have as many days added to school, since then we'd probably end up in June possibly, since the school year started so late already. So it's definitely good that we don't have any more added on.
For Brittany Jackson and Caleb Kormanek, I'm Brooke Truman with Cutlass TV News.
The girls' basketball season is underway, and many girls are smashing personal records as they continue to play. America's Count's Caleb Kormanek and Austin Farrow have the story.
The girls' basketball team has begun their season by setting high goals for themselves and breaking personal records. Head coach Brad Batchelder shares his thoughts for the season.
One goal is just to be able to play games, so we're getting to do that, so that's number one. As long as we can figure out how to keep making this safe and making it work, just keep playing games. Then when we get to games, we have little goals established that we want to accomplish for each game, and if we can accomplish those, then usually in the end we're successful with where we want to be. We have 9 girls back. Lost 2 really good seniors. One of them's playing college basketball and the other one's playing college softball, so 2 really good athletes. But we've seen our sophomores grow and develop and get better, and then our seniors have been leaders on the team for really all 4 years, and they're continuing to get better. No, I don't really have any individual goals. We returned an all-state player in Kendall Lewis, 2 really, really good guards in Kennedy and Corinne Moss. And even the first game, our leading scorer was a sophomore in Anna Shrum with 25 points, and the other 3 who'd been our leading scorer for years now didn't bat an eye at not being the leading scorer. So for them to just play, and whoever's turn it is that night to score, to do whatever it is we need to win, then that's really would be my goal for all of them.
Senior Kendall Lewis discusses her season goals and how COVID is affecting the game.
Some goals, definitely to win, like have a winning season, and to just, if the season goes long, to get to districts, win districts, and they just keep playing after that. Well, one, we lost seniors that were really vital. And I mean, nothing's really different. Like, each year's gonna be, new, so you have to adjust. But it's kind of bittersweet. Like, I feel like it flew by, but I don't know, it's hard to make the best of it, especially because, like, COVID and all that, so.
Sophomore Anna Strum speaks about beginning her season with a 25-point game.
Our first game of the season, I had a career high of 25 points, which definitely boosted my confidence a lot. And I'm just glad I could be there for my teammates and have a good impact on the game. I've definitely learned a lot from the seniors this year, just because they're amazing leaders and they're super encouraging. And my goals for the rest of the season are to continue to have a good impact on the game and to just be there for my teammates.
For America's Counts and Austin Farrow, I'm Caleb Cormatic with Colors TV News.
Thanks for watching. Tune in next week, and as always, Carpe Diem.